Hey, good morning, guys. See, daily yesterday closed bearish. So with this bearish closure, we're already starting to see, like, since yesterday we've been selling off. We've been seeing a lot of bearish momentum. I think people are still thinking gold can buy, but I reckon the environment here has kind of shifted a bit. It's kind of shifted a bit. So we just got to be a little bit more cautious, because we're not seeing the bull rally like we were seeing on gold previously. Now it's kind of a potentially reversing, man. We're getting like a bit of choppiness over here. It's also because we're ending the month next week, Tuesday. So we could expect, like, you know, a bit of choppiness here towards the end of the month. Man, it's like the simulation that we did, the last simulation last weekend. So how we ended up getting a date, which was the end of the month. And remember how choppy it was? So that's kind of what we can expect as well. So just to be a bit cautious, but I hope everyone's doing well. Fundamentally speaking, we don't have nothing today. Maybe just unemployment claims at 8:30. Yeah, but besides that, I think we should be in the clear. Fundamentally speaking, daily right now is up 0.20%. So we're not really trending. Yeah, we're not really trending. Goldie might bounce here around here for a bit. This would actually be a nice little consolidation breakout. But it still needs to kind of set up here. It's not fully formed. Definitely still needs to set up more. Hey, good morning, Woods. Good morning, Ellie. Morning, Architect. Angie, Ricardo, Kevin. What's up, Tall Trader? Yeah, so this is this is the range. You know, I'm thinking more of a sell if anything, because yesterday's volume is still kind of like in play since that New York session time over there. Only problem is the daily is still bullish. We got the market. Let's see where the market opened. Yeah, I got market open right here. So the issue is, like, the daily is still bullish. So it's kind of like a mixed bias right now. We might see the volume start to come in again later on, like on yesterday. You know, yesterday we had some sells. And then price direction was already shifting. You know, so what happened yesterday? We monitored the market. You know, we took a buy over here. And then we just kind of monitored the market. We're seeing, okay, are we going to continue buying? And then we started saying, okay, you know, price is starting to sell off. And once you got that confirmation, then you're like, you feel more confident now about the direction. After giving the market some time to calibrate, you feel a bit better, especially with the timing, and you see direction and order flow towards a certain direction. Feel a lot more confident, because most of the time it's like y'all are losing trades, maybe not even because of your strategy, just because you're like just getting the direction wrong. So I think it's really important to focus on how price moves at different times. So you see, like for London, we typically expect like some kind of consolidation, especially of late, you know, especially this year. So yeah, it's been mainly like that. But, you know, we got a little sideways movement right here. It's already forming up quite nice. Gonna take and sell down here if we could flip on the daily. But for buy, I think for buys, I'm gonna have to wait a bit longer. See what the direction is saying. Today, wake up late, like 1:30. I normally wake up at 5 a.m. Got up at 6:40. Oh, you missed all the good moves. Just messed up my trading, taking bad trades. Up 1% up. But not proud how I'm doing it. Hello, hello, Benedict. Now let's see what kind of a day that we get here today. What kind of day did we get here today? We'll be creating that support to even continue pushing up, to be honest. It's just we're seeing a lot of bearish momentum. It's just like if this daily would flip, if we were bearish on this daily, that would make me feel more confident about the sells that are currently setting up there. But at the same time, I don't want to take the buys. You know, at the same time, I don't want to take the buys because of this daily candle right here. Unless this one comes up. Unless this one can pull up a bit and then prove to me that it wants to continue moving up bullish. Because right now we're kind of hovering. I wouldn't be surprised to have like a doji up until like New York session. Then the market starts to move a bit. You can see we're starting to sell off. Like starting to see quite a bit of profit taking here in the market. Look at that. Big dump right here. A pretty big dump right here. And you got another dump right here. It's waterfalling. It's waterfalling. So it's like retracing here. It could be giving these previous buyers here a hard time. Like this from this accumulation. To come down to take out that liquidity below these lows. Yeah, so that's kind of what I am expecting. Let's see what happens. I will not be surprised to see this thing dump today, guys. We're definitely not in that bullish environment yet. Macro trend is still bullish. Yeah, it's still overall bullish. But, you know, there's subtle hints to the way price is behaving and moving that's showing us a bit of bearish momentum kicking in. Hey, Aloise, good morning. To not be an ICT trader, you make a lot of ICT references. Like what? What's an ICT reference? Has he trademarked? Has ICT trademarked the word liquidity? Damn it. Guess I can't use that now. But what is it actually? I'm actually quite interested. What did I say? Inverted head and shoulders forming on the 1 minute. Yeah, we are forming one here. Inverted head and shoulders. Man, this also look good for a buy. Like if price was moving up right now, let's say if it was like if price was moving up, it'll look really good for a buy. Right now we don't have any direction. Market's just kind of moving sideways. You can see it's just printing sideways. Do you see going below 3,700 today or even touching 3,700? Let's see, from here to here, we're looking at 420 pips, 420. Yeah, like it could do that. It could flip. It could flip. See from wick to 3,700. That's possible. Gold could definitely do that, you know, but the question is, are we going to do that? Gotta wait and see. Because I don't know that. It's much harder to speculate where price is going to go in that large of a time frame. When there's like no direct, like right now it's just not as clear. I don't know how to explain it, but you know, sometimes it's like super obvious. And you're like, man, this price is most likely going to this level. You feel the momentum, like literally you feel the momentum. and it's higher chance. But right now, you don't. I don't get that feeling, and you don't always get that feeling, which also makes sense because right now I'm really mixed bias. Like the sells could play out just as much as the buys. Sandile, good morning. I added your indicators to my trading view. It helped me a lot in understanding movements of the chart. Oh, nice. Nice one, Nexi. Yeah, I think that's going to help you a lot. Like, you got to use the SMAs. Are amazing. You can get those for free in the description box, guys. They're really nice to give you some confidence for your trades. Hey, good morning, Jay. 3707 was the last time HH resistance daily. Yeah, you got your Asia highs right here. 3751. Yeah, Asia highs. I kind of wanted to see price come down to, at least for it sells below the daily flip here by 3735. If I play the stream at 2 times, do I see the future? Yes. Price is riding the 200 EMA on the 1 minute bottom and 200 EMA on the top. It's stuck. It is stuck. Yeah, you could also just, you could kind of see over here was even starting to wick a lot. Got a bunch of these wicks. Is you go wick here, wick here, wick here, wick here, wick here. Wicking quite a bit. It's consolidating within this area. It's trying to break out. This is like a point A. So, you know, it's like price is trying to move away from this region right now. It's formed like that inverted head and shoulders. You can see it on the 5 minute. You can also see it there on the 1 minute chart. So it's trying to push. It's like lifting a weight over here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And that's PA trying to push up above. Break of the neckline. The liquidity grab right here. Several liquidity grabs actually. We've been seeing a bit of shocky environments of late on this London Open. Got a fat one right here. You can see it much cleaner on the 5 minute. Boom. And that way we just respected that 8 SMA too. Okay, this candlestick just flipped closed bullish above resistance. A little bit of clean range on the left hand side there too. Price to keep moving up. It's like losing. It's definitely losing a bit of steam. I reckon it's because we're approaching the end of the month. So that's why we're starting to see like just a tad bit more of these wiki environment. Hey Vic Alec. Good morning. We will get volume, but it's tricky to know what will be the fake out. Yeah. Or it doesn't give any follow-throughs for now. Gold extends losses. Gold slipped to around $37.30 per ounce on Thursday, extending losses from previous session as markets continue to assess the Federal Reserve rate outlook. See, there's a bit of uncertainty right now in gold. Jerome Powell struck a cautious tone, emphasizing the difficulty of balancing persistent inflation with the slowing labor market while Fed officials remain divided. Some projecting 2 additional rate cuts this year, with others favoring more measured approach and some advocating for more aggressive easing. More aggressive rate cuts. Let's get those 50 BPs. as new home sales also unexpectedly surged in August to its fastest pace since early 2022. Yeah, but definitely there's like a bit of uncertainty here. You can feel it in the charts. You can feel it in the charts. You can feel it in the news. In the news that we're getting. Wait, can you look at facts quickly, brother? Thanks. Oh, what is that?
We don't do that here.
Oh, DAX. Daily's consolidating. DAX is waiting for something too. And it doesn't look like the best pair to be trading right now, but there's a lot of hesitation here. You see it again with the wicks. Look at the way the wicks are. The daily's compressing like this. Keep tabs of your fundamentals. I think it could be waiting for something in the DAX. Might be the rate cuts too. Might have something to do with that too. Let's see. Stocks take a breather. Global share markets seem to have run out of reasons to rally further as investors come to grips with how stretched valuations are. Europe before the bell, futures steady, markets away, catalyst. See, you can see it in the chart. Well, you can already see the candles, and then you just look at the news. See how beautifully that lines up. Jeez, but what a nice sell-off here on DAX. Price to come down like this. DAX definitely has a lot more aggressive swings than gold. Nice little inverted right here too. Some clean range. Little accumulation over here. Broke out. Continue to move up to fill that range on the left-hand side. Then a few more swings. I was not able to get it too fast. This candle opening is all this crazy. This London open. Damn, London open came with fire. Corrected this move on the left hand side. So you probably miss a move if you're looking for a DAX move, because it's already corrected this range down towards support. You got support here. Range has been filled. I don't like DAX, guys. Like you know, it's like when you look at an instrument, you can just tell. You can tell if it's for you, if it's not for you after been trading for a while. Especially when you're really used to something. I would rather deal with like gold than these. For me, these feel like a bit more. These swings here feel a bit more aggressive to me. You know, I'm just not used to it. That's probably the reason why it looks like that to me, but could be wrong. But that it looks like a pair that swings like abruptly, like not in a nice way. You know, it's like why do we get these crazy fast-paced moves? This actually looks like what happened right now. This might even be the same play. Let me see that on the. Okay, yeah, it's not at the same time, but it kind of looks similar to what just happened right now. But it looks nice. I see TFX concepts here can still be applied. That's what's happening right now. What's your favorite instrument to trade, guys? Leave it in the chat. I'm now on buy German 40. You see, Goldie's lacking volume for this follow through. It should actually just be breaking up and distributing bullish, but it's like a low volume. Check out silver. Leave in the chat what you guys think. The euro pairs are awesome. Gold second. DAX was really good from Jan to June, but after that, it's really hard to trade DAX. So you got DAX and gold. Gold and GU. Euro USD. Gold. What's my bias for GJ? Wait, made 3,000 on that dump. Nice, yeah, because that thing was like moving. Yeah, that's like, you know, that thing about the sells is sells are so beautifully surprising. You know, it's like you take a trade and then price just all of a sudden starts moving so fast. It's kind of like similar like yesterday's sell that we took. Sometimes I'm like, damn, wish I could have held this. But it's always the same story, right? You're gonna secure something and then it's always the same story, man. Oh man, I wish I could have held that. But the good thing is you see it happen over and over again. So you're like, you know what? At least it's pushing. At least it's pushing. So if I wanted to hold, theoretically, I could hold. So you see, yesterday I just took one buy and then one sell. That was it. 2 different times. Price was moving differently here. And then you see this? Timing is super important because people, they still trade based off thinking like, oh, you know, maybe we had previous levels over here. We should keep moving up because we're still moving up. But you see, this is now when the time comes into play. See how different that is? That's why I said sometimes when you guys don't have bad strategy, it's just what you're missing is understanding the direction. Which sounds funny to say because it's like, obviously, if you knew the direction, you get a profitable trade. But you got to really know the direction, chat. You got to really know direction because these sessions don't behave the same way. It's not about the strategy. It's also about like the context of direction of the session. Because no matter how good your setup is, the market maybe is just not going there anymore. That's why sometimes you see what I noticed, like when we take sells, for example, yeah. Let's say gold sells off right now. The New York session, some NY traders might be looking for sells when price is on the way up. So you see they're kind of like out of sync. So if like market comes down like this, let's say, and then New York session opens, and then New York session, you're still looking for sells, but the market direction has shifted. Maybe it's even coming out to just remove the previous sellers because it's not going to leave you in profit forever. That's the one thing that the market tends to mitigate quite nicely. But yeah, silver here is looking quite choppy as well. I mean, this is on the 1 hour. I also don't trade silver. This also doesn't look too appealing to me. Might be the broker that I'm using to look at the chart, but this is how your chart looks, Kevin? Man, this looks... Let me try a different broker. Could be the broker. But yeah, this is looking kind of consolidating. It's what do you call it? It's barcode, not barcode, but it's very tight. You know, it's very tight. I don't like that. This is like so hard to trade. So I think silver works better on the higher time frames. I wouldn't recommend this for a scalper, to be honest. Not at least the way I trade. Maybe this looks better on the higher time frames. Are gonna start opening up a bit more. Silver is due for all-time highs. It is definitely on the way up right now. I just had a fake Vic Discord account add me. Yeah, watch out for that. You're always gonna get this in any community on Discord. There's always going to be some kind of a wait, let's see. Benedict, is it possible sending a pending order before the signal is triggered? No, I can't send a pending order because I can only confirm it when I get in. You know, what if I send you a pending order and then you get triggered and I'm still not in? Because, you know, it happens so differently sometimes that market can even break first quickly in literally 5 seconds. I've seen 1 minute candlesticks break highs in like 5 seconds. So it would have been better to even just wait sometimes for that to get broken and then to get in when you're sure. Because, you know, it's like, it's always different. Like you can't do pending orders. Like if you see the way I trade, the condition can shift so quickly. And you know that's gonna create a lot of spam in the signal room, because I will send more than one pending order. Because you know sometimes I get one signal, let's say I send a pending order, it does the opposite. And then what do I do about that pending order? Then I need to like create now another message saying, oh, cancel that trade. Then another one will set up. Maybe I'll send a pending order now for it's, trust me, it's complicated. It's not possible. We can only confirm an entry like when we're in the trade. Yeah, that's, you know, that's why it's like, that's why I love to show you guys, like when we trade live, then you really see how it's like. You really see how it's like when you actually take the trades. It's not all that simple. I try and simplify it a bit for the stream, to be fair. But yeah, it's kind of like you gotta dumb it down. And you know, if I keep dumbing it down, it's going to affect my performance. You know, it's going to affect my performance. So I can't keep dumbing it down. So there's like an expert level of doing things, and there's like a beginner level of doing things, and an intermediate level of doing things. So on stream, I try to do it like intermediate, because I know if I just keep trading the way I trade, man, we're going to have a lot of problems. Like people are going to always say, oh, you know, I missed that trade. Oh, it happened too fast. So there's certain ways you can do TFX concepts, you know. Expert level is kind of a bit faster, and then intermediate is what we kind of do on stream. Because like, you know, I've been streaming now for some time, and I've seen the reactions, like, and it's the reason I also stopped trading when I initially started trading. It's the reason I also stopped trading the consolidation breakouts like in 2024, because people just didn't understand them. So it's like, okay, so we gotta show like a more intermediate level of doing things. Because a lot of people, they try and replicate these impulsive entries, but they can't. It actually leads them to more losses. But you can't do impulsive entries. You know, it took me months. It took me months on months to actually get good at impulse entries. But even me, when I started trading, I would see my mentors do like impulsive entries, and I'll be like, damn, I wanna do that too. But what actually ended up happening in my journey is trying to replicate that led me to more losses. It created problems such as not waiting for candlesticks to close. You know, so I had to take a step back, because I was being influenced by that. You know, but you can't compare where you are in your journey to where somebody else is in their journey, because sometimes that kind of like hinders your growth, because you got to take it step by step. So if you can't do impulse entries yet, just keep monitoring them for a few months, and slowly you start building confidence to take those positions. Dump Goldie. Yeah, let it dump. But you know, there's always like an excuse I've also seen with people. Like, you're never gonna satisfy everybody. Like even today, for example, no matter how good the entry is, someone always misses it. That's what I've realized in trading. No matter how good the entry is, someone will always miss it. So that's the thing. That's why I say, like, you must focus on the skill. Focus on the skill is the most important thing. Man, we could sit here for like an hour straight, get our entries, and someone will still miss it. You know, that's the psychology of trading. That's why we say, like, you can have such a good strategy, give it to somebody, and they still won't be able to replicate that. DAX on 5 minute. I just kind of tell them I know they fake and start being, what's that, a little freaky. Oh, the fake VIX seem to leave me alone now. They probably have noticed about me in their office. This guy will seem foolish, then waste your time. Yeah, exactly. Too many. Watch out for those fake accounts on Discord. Wow, look at this. Man, and they write like paragraphs here. Holy. It's a whole essay. Yeah, that's why we got this channel here. So, you know, you can send in these fake messages. Can you see 37.52? Start dump. It's heading for the all-time highs. Pretty close. Need to push up about 44.3 pips. See from the 1 minute. Still distributing, but you see it's like a low volume distribution from here. Boom, 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 boom. Dude. Then starts to move. Yeah, it's a lot different from what we were seeing earlier on too. See, what are we up right now? 0.34%. Almost trending there on the daily. Looks like we're not going to move down. Seems like we might actually end up pushing up bullish a bit more. Need to get up to at least like 37.50. See if we can keep extending upwards. If it respects Asia high, price can go down like yesterday. I would think Asia high is the magnet though. Break above the Asia high and then keep moving up. Daily shotgun. Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, you know. That's it's like people think trading is gonna be so easy that I can draw a line like this and then send a signal at midnight so you can get in maybe in the morning or something and just wait for it to come in and then hit it like this and then go up. Like, trust me, if that worked, if those systems work, I would be trading that myself. There's a reason those systems don't work. Where you can send a signal like hours before it happens, and then you like get that so easy. You send a picture and everything, and it's so nice. It's like, man, trust me, those groups they don't work. Like, at least for me, I tried those systems, they never worked for me. The only way I can trade is by looking at what's happening in the market at that exact moment, because every moment is unique. Because you might have a candlestick all of a sudden do a liquidity grab, and then you're like, oh damn, we just got a liquidity grab, this is showing us like some good direction, and then that's when you can get in. But before that happens, like, you don't know. You know, you don't know that that next candle is going to give you that liquidity grab like this, and then give you that option to move up. You know, it's a reason also why I started a small series here, so you guys can understand how unique that the markets are. So if you go on my channel, go on the new uploads playlist and watch these uploads, so you can see how unique every moment is leading up to a setup. You know, like these little subtle clues that the market leaves you behind before that. And here it's crazy, chat, because like I can't also control the volume. You know, if price moves, I can't tell the market, hey, slow down. So-and-so is not in the trade yet. You know, I have no control over that. If the market moves, it moves. That's a whole reason why we do breakout trades, is because, you know, the market is meant to move. It's meant to facilitate like distribution. Once accumulation happens, it's meant to break out. You know, that's why I say like focus on the skill, and then you're gonna see that for yourself. And you're gonna be like, oh, okay, so maybe next time I can see this. I can see this and I can take this move. It's a reason why majority of people are not successful in trading. Is because they don't want to focus on the skill. Trust me, focus on the skill. Focus on the skill. Come onto Discord, look at my entries and say, why did Vic take that trade? All right, so let me see what we're studying here. Let me see what we're learning here and try to put the pieces together and see why did he take this trade? Because now you're a bit more locked in, right? You're a bit more locked in. Then you're going to realize, okay, so let me see what's in the WAP database and what's been implemented here and why this is playing out like this. Let me look at the time. You know, what time are we taking these trades? How do these trades look? What are the similarities between these trades? But you see, most people don't want to do that. Most people don't want to do that. So, you know, what can you do? I can't do anything. I can only share value to people who want to learn how to trade. You know, it's a reason why some groups charge thousands of dollars. Is to filter out. You know, sometimes you get people, some people, you know, the cheaper the product, the more like low quality clients you get. You know, because some people are just going to be looking for short-term solutions. The more expensive the product, the more high quality clients you get, where it's going to be more geared towards the goal. But you know, for me, it's always been, how can I provide the most value at a fair price, where we can have at least serious people and still filter out the unserious people. Because I know trading is not easy, and it's not going to be easy. It just looks easy because I'm already consistent and profitable. But before this, man, before this, it was not easy. The journey is very difficult. What you're seeing is a polished up version of what I've been doing for years. And you know, with the years and experience, it only gets better. You only get more refined, you only get better. It's only up from there. But look at this, we just took out the Asia highs. 37.51. Got a bit of profit taking here as well, right at the Asia highs. That's that sold there from 0.30%. Oh, 0.30% win. Man, perfect reaction. Like, it's crazy. Let me tell you something. Like, I got like, we got a lot of people in the mentorship, but people who actually go through the content, I can see it's like a very low percentage of people who actually go through the content. You know, it's an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is. Even if you look at the stats here also on my channel, most people watch the live streams where they think that they can make the money, right? But when it comes to education, the views drop by like 90%. Either from 4,000 down to like 281. And you wonder, why is this stat so high? Why do they say 90% of people fail in trading? It's very simple, guys. It's very simple. Also, simulations, man, we don't even get so many people with the simulations. And it's like, this is where it's at. This is literally where it's at. To get the results that we see on a day-to-day basis, it comes from this practice right here. You know, it's crazy. It's like, this is my mindset. When I started trading, I was like, I gotta learn this myself. Like, I have to know how the hell can I take these positions myself. If you don't have that mindset, you can't go far in anything that you do. And it actually takes you more time to achieve certain things. Like, think about it from a perspective of like gym. If you want a gym, you could go the route of having somebody be your personal trainer and, you know, having them to motivate you, which is fine. Or you could go the route of, you know what? I think I can figure this out myself and get good at building those kind of systems for yourself. So when you show up You show up like much more prepared. But I get it, if it's too early for some people as well to join, that's fine. You know, it's still recorded, but just like in general, you know, generally speaking, that's how it typically is though. But for those of you putting in the work, man, like just keep going, keep grinding, keep putting in that work. Like, trust me, it's gonna happen for you. I know some of you are putting in the work in the shadows, and it is gonna happen for you. Just give it time. Just don't give up. I've been a part of a lot of communities where people gave up. Like I said, I had these communities. We used to send each other charts all the time. And people just stopped showing up. You know? Oh, too busy, got school. Too busy, got work. I had a community, I was like with 2 guys in that group. I was with 2 guys. One guy slowly faded away. The next guy faded away. Where are those guys today? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I stayed there and I kept doing my thing. No excuses. It's consistency. You don't have to be great. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. That's all. Consistency beats talent any day. Look at this. Now it's starting to push up again. 0.47%. Oh, fly, Goldie. 30-minute looks clean too. It's like straight breakout right there on the 1 minute. Beautiful. Progressing quite nicely so far. Let's see, what do we got? A 14 minutes for that 30-minute closure. And it's got a beautiful rate. Let's see, we got about from here to here. That's 165 pips. 165 pips. Might see a bullish day, actually. I know trading is for me. I just need to put in hours and one day it will all click for me. Yeah, I mean, like, and it will click for you. And if you feel like your emotions have been, or your feelings have been hurt today for some reason, you know, that's good. That's good. Because you know what? There's one thing my mentor told me that I never forget. One time I used to pester him. I was like, teach us impulse entries on the 5 minute. Teach us impulse entries on the 5 minute. I used to spam him like that. And then one day he looked at that comment and it's like, he kind of gave me like tough love, you know, and he was like, bro, there's a reason you're not profitable. Because you keep looking for impulse entries, da-da-da-da-da. Man, that stuck to me because, you know, like, that was a guy I looked up to. I looked up to him and I was like, damn, I can't believe he spoke to me like that. And, you know, then my feelings were kind of hurt. But at the same time, I knew he was trying to give me value. You know, and man, there was some kind of like humbleness that overcame me. It's like something woke me up. You know, I came from being that spammer to something waking me up. Low key, my ego was kind of hit. But I knew logically what was the right thing to do. You know, so there's a huge difference between those two things. So you really have to check yourself sometimes, because you're either gonna level up from that advice or you're gonna, you know, stay in the same place. So ever since then, I was like, damn, okay, let me just actually try and be a bit more disciplined, be a bit more thoughtful. And then that's when I started waiting for candlesticks to close. You know, building that discipline. Can I actually hold myself from taking a trade while the candle is still open? Even if there's 10 seconds on the clock and I think it's going to close. Can I actually wait for a candlestick to close above resistance first and then take a buy? You know, it doesn't mean that's the strategy now, but it's the building blocks towards becoming a better trader. That's how our journey looks like typically. You get these small hurdles that you always try to jump over every day. Because we're all at a different point. We're all struggling with something different. Yeah, yesterday I was trading with emotion, not good day. Yeah, I don't trade with emotion. Trading's a lonely game. You know, if you trade with emotion, you're on your own. You're the only one who can control that emotion. You know, an emotion is quite a powerful thing. So I wouldn't underestimate emotion. Like that's why I would say like stick to one trade per session. One trade per session, it kind of helps you think a bit more clearly. Because if you take a trade, sometimes even if it's a winning trade, you're not going to be thinking clearly. You're going to be thinking, oh, okay, so let me try and get another one and another one. But when you take that third trade, oh man, that's super emotional trade. Gold is pumping up. Silver just completely skyrocketed here in the hourly. It's like 475. I think that's how you read silver. Like 47. It's like 47 pips. $47 pips. Let's see, yesterday I was trading with beautiful. Nice little clean range. Asia buys. This is gold. Price broke. This is like a swing entry model. Stops within the range. You also got a... You see, that's the thing. It's like, do you guys want a no drawdown strategy or not? If you don't want a no drawdown strategy, then I don't know what to tell you guys, because that's just the way I trade. It's super efficient. I've refined it to the point where we don't even need to have that much drawdown, where you can actually take leverage of risk. See, and then we had the retest, same retest, because the market knows. The market knows where these entries are. So if you don't want something that refined, that, you know, this is not the place for you. You gotta go look for like something that's a bit more drawdown-esque. Because some traders, they trade these systems where they most of the time are gonna have a drawdown in their trades. You know, you're gonna see that on your P&L when you do your back testing. It's gonna show you like certain percentage of drawdown. Maybe it's like 60%, 70% of the time. Oh, is there... I don't think there's any noise. Let me see. No, everything's muted here. So you see this? Perfect confirmation. That's what you want to see. You want to see price move up. You don't want to see it move down. Even if it moves up initially and then comes back and retests, you'd rather see that than price consolidate like this. You know, because even if it pushes up and retests, it's confirming like the momentum. Correct? It's confirming the momentum. That's why even like today's trade, look at this. Look at this. Price pushed up. That's okay. I was like, fly Goldie. I was like, fly Goldie. Send this picture. I was like, this is a good sign. This is not a bad sign. This is a good sign. At least it's confirming the momentum, right? And then skyrocketed upwards. You know, just like my sell yesterday. You know, it took a sell. It pushed down. Then it pulled up. Then I was like, melt Goldie. Because it's good. It's a good sign when it does that. It doesn't matter if it like pulls up and then it melts. You know? You entered on the retest? No, I'm not in any trade. Down for the wick. Nice one, Yasin. Very good, very good. And remember, guys, I'm sharing value all across the board. You come on my channel over here. I'm literally posting my trades with breakdowns every day. I'm posting my trades with breakdowns and some advices over here too. Because this is gonna be a marathon, guys. This is not a sprint. If you come into it thinking you're already here for the long run, then you are gonna be here for the long run. If you're coming for the short term, I'm just a mentor along the way. You know, you're gonna have several mentors, but you know, the thing is, like, you're gonna take value from each one of those mentors. You know, and then you're gonna see, okay, so let me consolidate all this information and see then what were the similarities between these winning trades. Because you know, the matter of the fact is, whenever we take a winning trade, it's in distribution, we're all getting paid out somehow. Because like, if you think about, let's say the 5%, let's say if there's like 5% profitable traders, right? Most of them are getting in on they're part of the distribution. When price actually moves, they're already in their trades. So you also want to see like, how can you get in that area where majority of the 5% are before like move happen. Some people have different systems. Remember, some people are going to take a lot more drawdown before the moves happen. Some people have more refined entries before the move happens. So you had two options. I had two options. Do I want to be part of these guys, or do I want to get in when the move is ready to move? That's why I told you guys, I can literally wake up, be on the chart for 15 minutes and be done for the day. Sometimes we come for London session streams. We literally take our trade in the first 5 minutes of stream. Correct? So that's the kind of like efficiency I've developed over the years, that where I've removed the slack, the amount of time that's wasted just waiting. That's why even like when we're recording these things, recording these shorter videos, I can't, they're all happening at the same time. This is that NY pre-NY. Yeah, that's a pre-NY hourly candlestick. Super efficient. Pre-NY hourly candlestick. This was a day I gave myself 2 trades because I thought price was going to move down. Then it moved up. Then we had to lock in and get the buys when price broke above that resistance. Then it came back. You see, it happens so often. Look at that. It's what happened to, even what happening to this entry right here. This is like a swing entry model, and then this was a consolidation breakout entry right over here. But you see, it still reacts the same way because the market knows these kind of like high, in a sense, these high value areas, you know. So it comes back, it tests that zone, and then it keeps going up. So that's, for me, the main thing is like, how can I get on that high value area? Where are these 5% profitable traders? Like, where are they getting in? That's the whole idea behind TFX concepts. That's why we're able to anticipate certain things happening. If you consider also the buy that we took on stream, I don't know if it's like the last signal that we took on stream, or which one it was. It was like a fake out. I don't know where that was, but it was like a fake out. Yeah, this one. See, it's like this whole thing, this whole move was premeditated. From the consolidation to the fake out to the re-break of the highs to keep moving up. Tweezer fake out down over here. You see this pattern? And then look on today's trade. It's the same thing, but it's happening, you know, because that other one had the support right up over here, and then it came down aggressively. But that push down is the same push right here. Then we had a little bit of clean range too on the 5 minute. See, do you get anything here? This one, there's actually an earlier entry that even played out for you from here. And you also got that liquidity grab confluence below there. Clean range up towards resistance. So you could have taken this one, but you also got this one. I guess also because of the time thing. Maybe you weren't on the charts during this time, so you caught this one instead. Yeah, but that was pretty valid as well. You know, the good thing is, like, if you're trying to hold a runner, this is something we've covered in the simulations as well. You know, it's like if we got in here, and we want to hold a runner, we're looking at this next range because we know the next players are going to be coming in at that next entry confirmation zone. You know, so that can give you a good probability, because probabilities thing, when we take our entries, once you get triggered in, it's like increasing the probability it goes in that direction, correct? So if you're already in here and you get like something like this happen, it's increasing probability that your runner is going to play out to fill up that next zone. Can you buy gold? Yeah, I think gold is at least showing you a bit of more direction now. I have a feeling gold is sweeping Asia high. Gonna see the M15 candle, how it reacts. Got like some M15 resistance here by, what's that, 37.54. Break above that, we should be off to the races. Keep going up here. I think we're clean. Let's see the 5 minute. Oh no, we got 5 minute speed bumps. It's not as clean, but that's definitely a higher time frame play. This is for the higher time frame to fill this range. I think like from the 15 and above looks much nicer. Looks a lot cleaner. Just got a 30-minute break above resistance there too. Got a new hourly open as well. A new hourly open right here. Create a bottom wick. Try and push up. Nearly took out those lows, still respected them. How big was the stop speed though? See that push from here to here? Did about like 26 pips. I think you got a tighter stop loss. 16 pips definitely would have been cleared at that point. But you got a fatter stop loss. Also not bad push. I think of late we've been securing on stream like roughly at about like 30 pips. Funny thing is, it's still the same plays that I take with the tighter stop. You know, so I'm always a bit cautious about the ones who scale out sooner. But yeah, I know since the plays move a lot more than that, we can even do like 30 pips. See, the plays move a lot more than that. That's what I like about my system. You know, it's like, it's very flexible. Because some people, you know, some people they really struggle with even the push. Some people can't even get this push, you know, so you gotta feel like also somehow, I personally feel somehow, what's that word? Gratitude. I got a gratitude that my strategy is like this, that I can actually get these pushes, because I know it's not easy. I know people struggle with this specifically, not being able to get the pushes. So, you know, that's why I said in my journey, a lot of things had to happen right for me to get to this point. It wasn't just about the putting in the work, but it was about certain things just happening luckily, in a sense, luckily for me. You know, you're going to have some days, like some days you're going to learn something new, and it was just a matter of chance. Like it was a matter of chance. Maybe you didn't go for that party, or maybe, you know, something happened that it gave you the opportunity to learn that thing that would have helped you refine your strategy. Sometimes it's also like that. So I try to be real with you guys how that journey actually looks. It does require a bit of luck to get some certain informations. And I think that's normal. Everybody experiences that, you know, but it's like the more work you put in, the luckier you get. The more you show up, the luckier you get. Yeah, still doing this bullish continuation here. Can't even focus on charts. Now I got... See, it's quite difficult to stream and trade because you have to think about a lot of things. Can't even focus on the chart. Think if the 1 hour closes above the Asia high, we go up for the day. It's already looking pretty good. We're up 0.50%. Clean range. Hourly created that bottom wick. See, got any more fundamentals? Gold prices stabilized close to all-time peaks. See, steadied around 37.50 per ounce on Thursday, holding near the record highs. Demand remains strong, underpinned by expectations of further federal rate. So funny, they send this out here when price starts to move up, exactly on this new hourly candle, when we close above that resistance. Gold has gained nearly 1.8% so far this week. I think also I had a sell confirmation, but didn't take because go buzzy here, need to move from home to office. So this doesn't happen. Yeah, it's so important. It's so important to have, like, you know, a time in the day where you can just trade without any kind of distraction. Where it's people gonna know that, man, this is Ricardo's time to trade, so we're not gonna bother Ricardo. You know, this is Jay's time to lock in, so we're not gonna bother Jay. But if you're always that guy on your phone, you know, you're at work, you're with your friends, you're not gonna get any respect from that. Your partner's gonna be like, oh, this guy's always on his phone, you know, watching a movie, always on your phone, looking at the charts. And then at that point, even when you're supposed to be trading, you're still not gonna be given the space you need to trade, because you're always on the phone. But if you're not on the phone always, you're not a slave to the market. You know, from this hour, no one's going to bug you. And then after that, you do something else. Man, your time is also going to be respected by other people. Because see, like right now, man, everyone knows that this is a time that I will be trading. So get zero distractions. It might correct on the 37.50 level. Break and retest. But we are trying to move up though. It's like pushing slowly but surely. It's still kind of distributing from this general zone right here. It's not the cleanest consolidation play, but there was something there. It's very choppy as well. From here. Boom. Boom. Break. Retested a bit. Moved upwards. They got a small one right here. Broke above. What does it take profit? On the daily? Probably like a... Man, this thing could move up to like 37.80. It's like 500 pips from wick to wick. I'll say probably a bullish day here today. Moving up, we're probably going to see like... We're heading towards daily resistance. But it has leg room to keep moving up towards 37.80. That's how I'll say. My targets for the year so far are like 4,000. Got 3,900. Yeah, I think if we can end the year off at 4,000, that's going to be quite an accomplishment for gold. We got one more quarter left. We can most likely do it. Look at the size of this quarterly here. If you just replicate that, we could easily see 4,000, even above 4,000. But I don't know about 5,000. I think 5,000 is quite ambitious. But we're probably going to wrap up the year with gold prices at 4,000 at least. So if you got some festivities, if you're getting married there in India, and you got a plan for a wedding, you know, you got to start planning now. Because the price of gold is just going to keep going up. I don't think it's going to move down. Change you change your yearly target to 4.5k. Remember, drink more water, chat. Price retest your entry, then fly. Giving the Andrew Tate look. Retested a couple of times, actually. Not just that one time. Oh, but if you're planning on holding till the end, yeah, for sure, you got taken out first. The only time I was secure, maybe if I was not comfortable about the trade, maybe it was like a counter trend move, and you know, I just wanted a quick move that I gotta secure something. But if you're trading, I think gold, you know, gold we're moving up. Gold we're moving up, so there's a pretty good probability your TPO is gonna get hit. Gold buys for me still seem like the play, guys. Like I haven't taken... Oh, I took one sell. Oh yeah, that was yesterday. But that's just because the market was kind of pulling down again. But still looking out for these buy entries. We have a tradition... Wait, let me bring this up. We got a tradition here to give the bride gold on wedding. I give my wife around 300 grams of gold 2 years back on our wedding day. We rich. Wow. That's pretty nice. Exactly. It's like you have a tradition there of giving gold to newlywed families, but even people who are living in poverty, they still find the money for that, which is insane. It's insane because, you know, it's like if you had 1 year to live and you had to do everything in your power to become a successful person, like let's say rich, right? Become a millionaire, you probably make it happen. You probably make it happen. It's the same way a drug addict can live on the streets but still find $1,000 to pay for their habit. You know, so it's like the power is within you. It's like, how badly do you want it? People living in poverty in India, in the slums, they find ways to buy gold for these traditions. So, you know, it's all a matter of like, how bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, you're gonna outrun all these people. Yeah. Yeah, I trade with crackhead energy. Man, crackheads, I don't know how they do it. They can live under a bridge but still make like $1,000 a week. I sometimes like watching those interviews. You know, some guys go on Skid Row and they interview some of these people. I'm like, damn, you just have to get your life in order. Doing a bunch of retests before the move up though. It's definitely not making it easy today for a clean distribution. You could also see it here. Push above, retested, and then moved up. Pushed here above, nice little push, profit taking, retest, and then push above. One more retest of this area over here from potential one right here too, and then move up again. So it's kind of like mitigating. It's moving up, but it's mitigating consistently. Most likely you get stopped. Your runners get stopped when price pulling down like that. Hi bro, I'm new to your channel. Saw about mentorship. Can you give a short intro from whom it exactly is? Beginner, intermediate? Probably like more intermediate to expert level. That's who it would be for. I don't like beginner level courses because you can learn all of that on Gbpjpy for free. You know, if you want a beginner level thing, just go here onto Gbpjpy and you can do this. Start learning School of Pipology. This is not going to teach you to be profitable. This is just going to teach you beginner. It's just gonna give you like an idea of all of these things. I'd recommend if you want to join the mentorship and you're just a pure beginner, pure a beginner trader, then I guess it would help to go through babypips.com first. And I think that's up to you. Because everybody learns a bit differently. You know, some people learn so much faster and some people, it takes a lot more time for them. The courses I used to buy were all expert level courses. I never really bought a beginner course because I was learning most of that stuff on YouTube anyway. Oh, man, look at that thing go. It's quite volatile today. Yeah, be cautious about this monthly candle. We got like 5 more days for this thing to close. And, you know, we can expect a little bit more volatility in the market without monthly candlestick closure. Gold to 4,000 before year's end. Yes, sir. Let's go. $4,000. I'm not a beginner, just that I couldn't find an edge. Exactly. That's what you need. You need to find an edge. You're not going to find an edge in beginner content. That's why I don't do beginner content. You think we might see 3770 again today? Yeah, 3770 is definitely well within reach. Look at this. It's just only about 100 pips away. So it just keeps distributing, keeps pushing up. Keeps on running. Why are you running, Goldie?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Just in the shadows, making back what I lost yesterday. Nice. Yeah, you know, if you took a buy, TFX concepts or any kind of concept right now, you'd have like a profitable trade because that's a direction that market chose to go. Because we didn't know direction down over here until price started moving up. And we're like, okay, so we have a chance now that we can continue filling up this range. On the 30, if you look left, once it started breaking above that resistance, that price can continue to move up. And on it's that same hourly candlestick that closed above resistance right over here. It started giving a bit more direction, and we even got this news that came out as well. Gold steadied, demand remained strong, underpinned by expectations of further federal rate cuts and ongoing political tensions in Ukraine. So sometimes I also look at these fundamentals, they're kind of like also looking at the market. When markets really move, you're gonna see wait a few minutes and then something new kind of comes out here. Well, it's not new information, but more towards the direction that price is heading. Adding to the bullish backdrop, Bloomberg reported that China is seeking to position itself as a custodian of foreign sovereign gold reserves, a move that could strengthen its influence in the global bullion market. What a year for gold. Nowadays, the distribution from TFX minimum 30 pips. Yeah, it's been really good. Especially in 2021. Man, in 2021, these breakouts were insane. They were like perfect for holding big runners, like big bumper clots. That was my favorite year, 2021. Only started streaming in 2023. 2021 was a crazy year. But the good thing is like the market is the market and it doesn't change. So even though that was an amazing year, this year has also been really good too. Just as long as there's volume, at least we're going to position ourselves in a good area to catch the big moves. You know, that's what you want. Because catching these moves on gold, if you focus too much on the higher time frames, you kind of miss the moves. But if you focus on the lower time frames, then you can catch the inception, or you can give yourself a better chance at catching the inception of where the moves begin. That's kind of like the concept behind TFX concepts is we're looking at how can we catch the, if we can, you know, the inception of the moves from here. Oh, let me show you guys, like from here, or let's see, was there any other entry? No, don't think there's anything else there, but there was something else here though. Or like from here. You see that? That's the inception of the move. Where is this distribution coming from? It's coming from TFX concepts. It's coming from here. It's not coming from here. Because that's already the move. Like price has already moved up. So you gotta like track this thing. You gotta track its footsteps and say, okay, where did this animal come from? Then you're gonna see this cave, right? You're gonna see this cave and you're gonna say, okay, so this is a bullish cave. So now we know, like, when you see a cave like this, there's most likely a higher probability there's gonna be a bear inside that cave. You know, so when you go on your journey now, you're gonna come across those caves, and then you just gotta like identify them, and then you're gonna know what to do. See, trading is the same way as anything else in life, really. You have another on the middle that is confirmation also. Oh, let's see, that was the worst year of my life so far to experience, but only the reason I have this hunger, it created me wise, so it's also the most important year for me. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was crazy. You know, we had COVID lockdowns, everybody's locked in, can't travel, can't do anything. Divorce rates were going up. No more distractions. So you had to be there with your partner in the house, all cooked up. Yeah, it was a stressful time, you know. It was very stressful, especially if you have kids. You got kids, everyone's kind of cooked up in the house. Yeah, it was a stressful time. But at the same time, it gave you a lot of time, you know, a lot of time to work at home. People got to work at home and they got to learn new skills at home. Man, I'm sure COVID created a bunch of new successful entrepreneurs during that time. Because people had to get creative, you know, like people started like taking their businesses online, and, you know, they were kind of like pushed to do that as well. And I'm pretty sure once they did that, they started realizing, oh, damn, I should have done this earlier. Why didn't I do this earlier? The same way as my buddy, you know, my buddy does like yoga. He does like vinyasa or something like that. I was telling him, like, bro, just do this online. Just open up a channel or just do something where you can do it online, because maybe your clients don't always want to come to you. Maybe they're going to do it in the morning before they go to work. They're going to be like, okay, so you can meet online and then you can have like something going on there. But he still hasn't done it till this point. You see, it's like some people just need to be forced into it. Like they need to be pushed into it. And there's no better medicine than time. Because eventually, if it was meant for you, time will find a way to push you in that direction. It will give you a certain concoction of things that need to happen just right to give you that nudge in that direction. It's all in God's timing. Just trust the process, trust the timing, because we want a lot of things to happen right now, but there's also things that I personally want in my life to happen right now, but I know there's reason why it's not happening right now. I know there's a higher power at play right now that's kind of holding me back from some of these things that I actually want to be doing right now. But I just trust the timing, because I know it's going to happen at a perfect timing. Everything happens at perfect timing. You went to jail for not wearing a mask during COVID? Crazy, dude. Wow, look at this thing. I wouldn't take a sell though. Like it's still pushing up quite heavy. Maybe a liquidity grab there. It's like some serious bullish momentum that's currently in play. Come on, Goldie. Look at your buddies over here. You see how its buddies came down so easily? That's what we want to see for price to move up easily as well. Kind of like mirror this PA on the left-hand side. They break above this, then keep moving up. That's why I said like this is gonna be a higher time frame move because the 5 minute has some choppiness here. We got some small resistance points there on the 5 minute. But if you're looking at it from the 15 minute and above, it's very clean. It's very good to move up there. London came aggressive today. Oh, yes. That's very true for me. I started my agency. Let me see if I can bring this up here. I started my agency during COVID and it's fairly successful. The only reason I can afford to trade. See, started trading during COVID. Market tuition fees still running. See this? I only got COVID one time and it wasn't really bad for me. It was more like a little flu. Yeah, same here. Got COVID once. It was definitely like more like a flu. Like you just felt more heated up. Actually, on that day, I made a YouTube video, but it's no longer on YouTube. A lot of my videos, I've been struggling to keep videos on my channel for some reason. Like, there's always something that video gets taken down. But I remember that day, I got COVID, but I was like, man, I gotta get this video up for you guys. I was kind of like sweaty and stuff. See, Chinese don't want the dollar. Been strong this push. The gold up last night. See what the DXY is doing here. Let's see currency strength meter. The dollar index should be... Oh, it's neutral. All right. Let's see what Zoli has to say about gold heading towards a 3,800. No, we said 3,800. 3,800 is a bit of a stretch. That's 700 pips. 3770. Say 3780. Because as we're approaching the end of the month, we could also see volume come in there. Either consolidates heavy or we got these last pushes. Could gold on this daily candle move to 3770?
Spartans!
Oops. Yet this YOLO whispers of bold leaps that could lead you there. Yes, the path to 3770 holds promise if you dare to tread it wisely. Oh, nice. Yeah. King of futures. So look at this. We can hit up. We could head up to 3770. I also think so. 30. Did I say 3770? Yeah, 3770, 3780. Is there a lot of news today? No, we don't got any news today. We're in the clear. You only have an unemployment claims. And what we're expecting for unemployment claims is bad numbers, but kind of neutral because 231 to 233 is not that big of a difference. So numbers might come out kind of neutral for this. That's about it. Don't have anything else. Tomorrow we have a core PC price index. We're expecting bad numbers, but it's probably going to come out neutral. For the most part, it's been coming out kind of neutral here. Yeah, so not really anything too important that I'm like anticipating for this week. But next week we have ADP and NFP. Where do I look for news report? That's Forex Factory. Come on, man. You gotta know this already. But if you're a beginner, then you're gonna know all of this. But this is the single-handedly the most used thing. You know, some people use like investing.com or some people use Forex Factory. But this is the most used thing by all of us, all traders, institutional traders, retail traders. You got to keep an eye on these events. You can't just trade blindly. You know, if you're trading without understanding these, then you're kind of trading blindly. Because one day you're just going to be in a trade and all of a sudden you're going to have a 100 pip 1 minute candlestick go for your stop loss. Or maybe even hit your take profit. But you know, it's quite dangerous when you don't know why it happened. Hey Tetra, what's your good name by the way? Victor is my good name, sir. Yeah, what do you use? Financial juice? Are traders employed or unemployed? Unemployed. Whenever I'm filling out things like at the bank, I always just say self-employed. But you can also say unemployed. But you know, for tax purposes, you gotta say self-employed. Unless you don't pay your taxes. Because I imagine a lot of you are still at a very young age. And when you first start becoming profitable, you know, it's kind of like a gray area. You're maybe not going to pay taxes yet until you can see that it's some kind of a consistent income. Or even if you're older. Actually, even if you're older, it's the same. It's the same actually. Younger, older, until you start seeing some kind of a consistent income. Hey Mads, thank you for the sub. I remember when I was learning to trade and my girlfriend was like, are you gonna pay tax on that? It's like, pay tax on what? I'm still learning to trade. I'm not even profitable yet. Because, you know, some days I would make like, you know, maybe like $50. Then I get like a nice little win streak going on. Then she's like, oh, you gotta pay tax on that. It's like, no, I don't. Because you don't know at the time, right? You don't know whether it's gonna last and whether it's even worth the hustle. That time I was living in Germany. So I was like, oh, she was telling me Germans are gonna come and get you. It's like, damn, how are they gonna know? How are they gonna know? Only maybe with the bank. I don't know how it works really. Maybe the bank, but you know, the bank should keep that stuff secret though. They shouldn't like rat you out unless you're bringing in so much money. That's how I reckon it works. But banks should give you some kind of discretion. So when I was starting to make money, I was getting a bit worried. I was like, then that's when I really started to look at my options financially. Whether it makes sense to stay in this country, whether it makes sense to move from that country. There's a lot more bureaucracy in that country. There's a lot more tax you pay. But nothing on this channel is financial advice, just small disclaimer. Good to enter now on break retest that's happening. Let's see, buy, I'm holding, let's see, going to walk the dogs. Yeah, break and retest. I mean, it's like, what's the probability price comes down? You know, it's because you have a support here. So we got one support here and you got one more support below here. You have another range. So for price to come down, you have to break at least below these wicks by 37.48. You know, so this is going to be the support if you're expecting like a break and a retest. So price has to stay above this level here. 37.50. That's a situation that Sharks like. Yes, sir. Because let's see, you got about 20 minutes until the new 5 a.m. Eastern candle opens. Price has already moved up from the London Open. London's had its push. Usually, it looks like also the consolidation break to the downside played out as a sell entry. But usually when London has a push, if it has a push on the first hourly candle like this, then the 5 hour, the way it's setting up right now, it could look like the beginning of a range. We just gotta wait and see because we got a support here and we also got a resistance right here. But this is like a space that price could potentially range in. It's like about 126 pips because sometimes you're gonna see ranges like this and then accumulate for pre NY open. If you're looking for sells, you want to see price at least now break below support. Oh, you got no top wick? I got a top wick on FXCM. Say Oanda. Oanda's also got a baby top wick. Maybe the broker doesn't, but it seems like we do have top wicks. Little tiny nipple over here. So about pretty small. Go back on FXCM. Not even 1 pip. Is it weird that I hate shorting? A massive percentage of my losses is trying to take sells. No, it's not weird. You know, like some people naturally gravitate towards like either buying or selling, right? So it's like a psychological thing. Like for me personally, I find like generally selling more comfortable because sells move faster than buys. But over the years, what you start to realize is, you know, that's not up to you. That's up to the market anyway. But it also depends on the market condition. Like for now, I feel like more buys feel more comfortable because obviously we're moving up. There's more direction for gold to keep moving bullish with dollar weakness. So I think it's like a psychological thing. I also experienced that as well quite a bit. Even in my second year of trading, I still thought the same. And the main reason, actually now looking back at it, the main reason was because I was not looking at the macro fundamentals. So most of my trades were technically based. But trust me, like once you start looking at the macro fundamentals and why price moves in the directions it moves, that bias you create for yourself kind of goes away. I'm just curious, Vic, in the higher time frame it's clear to go up, but why does it look like it's rejecting that zone? Because the market doesn't move. It doesn't always move in one direction so cleanly. But especially when the zone is like pretty big, you know, this is like 148 pips. It's a pretty big zone. Think about it. If you're the market, it's more profitable for you to chop around as you're moving up than it is for you to move up cleanly in such a big area like this. So maybe it still fills it up, but it like fills it up like this because it's pretty big. But like cleaner zones that are more achievable within these ranges, those tend to get filled quite nicely. Like these ones. So you can think it's rejecting. If you want, you can make a reason for it here. You can say, oh, you know, we're bouncing off of this level. It's what typically people do. And they draw multiple levels like this. So they can always kind of like look at where the rejection is going to be. You can have one rejection here. You can have one rejection here. But it depends on how you want to look at the market. You see, there's no one way of skinning this goat. As the old saying goes, there's 1,000 ways to skin a goat. Right, so some people that actually consider this, I used to consider this too. My chart work used to look like very messy like this by taking lines from all the way back over here and then justifying reactions and what's happening in real time. But I don't think like this is a very good system because this is kind of very difficult to replicate. Because today it looks simple like this, but tomorrow it's gonna look kind of different, and it's harder to teach that as well. Because it becomes very subjective what zones to write. I know you guys follow some traders, right? You all follow some traders who do lines like this, and I'm pretty sure you guys can't replicate that. Because you're going to watch them do it, and it looks easy when they're doing it. But when you're left to your own devices, you get confused, and you're like, how did he draw this again? You know, like it's going to look like that for you now. But when you're watching, they draw it like this so nicely, then you're like, how did it draw it again? Because like it's gonna be a different price action the next day. Maybe you get this price action, so what are you gonna do? You're looking on the left hand side, you don't have much. The PA will look a bit different there. So that's why I don't like doing that. I don't like blocking off PA and justifying reasons why it should just reject off some key levels back here. I just look at it for what it is, you know. Today it's like happening that price is retracing down, and it's something we spoke about already. How price, even since this inception down here, has been making it hard for traders. It's been pulling down, pushes up, and then pulls down, pushes up, and then pulls down. And then other days, you just see price just move up. So I'm laughing so hard at traders do some lines. Yeah, they want to boost themselves for sure. What lines are we talking about? Are we talking about Charlie Sheen lines or trading lines? At what time do you sleep? When the God willeth, I sleepeth. Talk more. How do you source the macro fund info? I just gotta call Bogdanov. I call Bogdanov and I tell him, "Hey, what's up, Bogdanov? How's the wife and kids doing?" Then he tells me. What the direction is gonna be for the day. Is a good buddy of mine. He's either gonna say today we're gonna dump it or pump it. Yeah, that's setting up quite nicely here. Because prices retraced down. Let's come down first. Got a nice solid retracement down here. I want to see how price starts to form here. Might be looking for a buy soon. Want to see how good this price action is going to look. Let me see. I want an easy trade. I don't want to trade a stressful trade. Want to see this 5-minute candle here close as well. If it closes, it's going to give us a swing entry model there too. Or give me a swing entry model. See what's going on here. Hopefully no more pullbacks because we have clean range on the 5-minute now. It's looking cleaner. 5 minutes looking cleaner. So I wouldn't be expecting... He's been pulling back quite a lot on these previous type of entries. But now there's no reason it should pull up. Like we have this kind of a rejection over here. Got this pretty big rejection wick. 5-minute is about to create a resistance there too, where we can have some kind of a range to move up. And if you look at the 5-minute, we also got rejections over here. Look at these wicks. You got some rejection wicks over here. So I'd love to see the next 5-minute candlestick open up and then start to break above these highs to fill this range on the left-hand side as we're moving up anyway. So we're trading with the trend and there's no sells above 37.50. If price is going to sell off, we got to break below 37.50 first. So as long as we're respecting this area, having some rejection wicks, I think it's a pretty good idea. That price can move up here soon. No, I just gotta wait. Gotta sit on my hands. Why is that salt so big compared to TP? Well, if you look at my stop loss, it's really just down here. So I don't know what you're talking about. That's where I'm gonna manage my risk by 35%. Why is hairline so... Why is forehead so big compared to hairline, sir? Alright, let's see if we can get a break over here. That's actually a quite common thing people like to say a lot. Why is TP so small compared to stop loss? It's tough out here. See if I can get a break. A lot of the volume coming in now. 5 minute did create a bottom wick there too. Expecting like pretty minimal drawdown on this. This needs to be the candlestick that triggers me in. Alright, took a buy here. Let's fly, Goldie. It's got a lot of room to move up. I wish it was yesterday.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Come on, run, 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 run. We bullish. We're in bullish territory. No reason for sells. We also got a retracement too. I'm currently up right now like 11 points. Alright guys, stop loss to break even here. Risk-free trade. Come on, run, Goldie. Give me 37.56. Let's go.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
You closed mine? Oh, you closed your trade? Nice. Yeah, I mean, it peaked at about like 20 pips. Not bad. It's kind of looking for like 23. Nice, but congratulations to those of you who caught this move. Yeah, I'm just gonna secure it here, guys. Secured some profit over here. Let's go, boys. It's got TP hit. Let's run, let's run, let's run. And the beautiful thing, it's got a lot of room to move up there still. See, you gotta be like an alligator. Just like sit in the water, wait for the market to come to you. Don't chase the market, wait for the market to come to you. See, there you get like these stress-free trades. See, there's nothing I can do about this, guys. Like, what do you want me to do now? If I send a signal and I don't get zero drawdown, what can I do about that? You know, that's the thing that people are complaining about sometimes. Oh, it happened so fast. But what am I meant to do? I'm sorry my strategy is efficient. I'm sorry I couldn't give you guys more drawdown. You know, it's like, it's a good problem to have. Because I think that's what you want, correct? That's what you want. It gives you so much more options in terms of, you know, how you can manage risk. How do you know what a winning trade looks like or a losing trade looks like? That's what we do. You just got to sit on your hands, let the market come to you, take your trade, move on to the next trade. You can't control this. You know, you can't tell the market to slow down because this is an area where majority people are looking to get into the trade because it's like a high value area, you know, so then you sometimes even get like price even moves through it like quickly sometimes because that's a pretty high value area over there. So we kind of like all competing for that, you know. We all competing for that. See, oh, nice. Smooth. Zero drawdown, zero entertainment. Yes, sir. One and done. That was actually super smooth entry. Smooth like butter. And no rocket science, no FVG, no complicated narratives. No animals were hurt in the process of these pips. No drawdown, no party. People like the hard way instead of the easy one. That's true. People do like the hard way. Because hard way gives them time to maneuver. It gives them time to, you know, to think. Gives them time to get into the trade, pick the right lot size. Second guess, gives them time to second guess themselves, to look at it, to investigate it, to think, is this what I really want? And then they're gonna be choosing lot sizing, and then they're gonna decide whether they want it or not when it moves again. So it doesn't matter. No drawdown or drawdown, you're still gonna mess it up. You're still gonna mess the trade up. You know, a lot of the time, that's kind of what happens. It's like you're still gonna have all the drawdown. When it moves is the time you want to get in. Am I wrong, chat? We've all experienced this in our trading journey. It's like, oh, we see the setup, but we're scared to touch it. Even when it's in, even when we could get in. And then only when it moves is when we want to get it. Then we're going to say something like, oh man, I missed a trade. I know this. I know this. I've been through the trials and tribulations. You can either execute on a trade or you can't. There's no in between. It's either you're seeing your position and taking the trade, or you just can't trade because of lack of confidence. But you know that confidence, you're gonna build that confidence because over time you get tired of seeing that happen over and over again. And you're like, damn, okay, now I really gotta learn. I really gotta learn about this. What's holding me back here? And the good thing is, yeah, exactly, nice one. You know, you also at the same time never miss a trade. So also when you understand that, it's a lot easier to take positions. It's like you don't feel like you gotta rush because look, even if you miss this buy, The next buy is literally around the corner. It's going to be on the next hourly candle that's about to open up here. So you got about like 40 seconds for this candle here to close. Next hourly candle should at least have like 1 or 2 entries. Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Very difficult to please everybody. Please, what is the settings for your constant fib retracement? My fib is just like, you know, you can see it here. You got 0%, 35%, and 100%. My fib settings right there, sir. All right, guys, drink more water. Fly Goldie, we know you can still do it. You still have juice in you. It's created a resistance though. It's created like a small little roadblock here before price moves up again. You have a range of about 25 pips now, but you see it's created like a resistance here. So if you hadn't secured something, that's why it's important to secure something. Oh. Oh, how come today you can't see Vic's face on the video? Let me I kind of removed the camera for the zoom. Should I bring it back? Because, you know, I'm under the impression people are just listening to the you're more listening than watching, correct? Because I think a lot more people are doing something. So I was like, you know, I could just save some of that what do you call it, CPU usage. A lot of people listening. Because I think, yeah, what is it, Zoom? Yeah, I feel like Zoom is just listening here. Oh, what's that? The 30-minute pullback? Didn't take out the lows though. 37.51. Still kind of respected it. What are the confluence to go at? I think that was just it. That was the main confluences that we saw here. Was a bunch of rejection wicks. Boom, boom, boom. More rejections over here. And a clean traffic. This is like a swing entry. I don't know if we're going to record it as swing entry. Probably record it as swing entry. But there was also that consolidation breakout there too. So what do we do? What should we record it as? Swing entry or consolidation break? Let's just swing. Give this spreadsheet here some diversity. Because it is literally the same. So pretty good month so far, you know, up like 30%. Retesting entries. See if there's retests to move up. You see markets coming back down to test my entries. You see this? What we speak about all the time. It knows where the high value clientele was. So it's coming back to retest. Gotta play with emotions. Retests pushing up here quite nicely after that retest. Also got the new hourly open too. Mostly runners retest entries. Yeah, it's more profitable for the market to do that. Like if it wants to move up, it would rather come back now and retest. Doesn't mean it's gonna 100% move up, but this is a occurrence that we see happen quite a lot. It also happened on my trade this morning on the buy. It pushed up first, it came back to retest, and then it did the bomber clot. Pushed up, came back down, then it did the bomber clot. And it still came down later on. Again, it still came down. It's kind of funny. That was the last retest. Again, it did here. Because I suppose there's not enough structure. Because you can't see. Usually, you know, the thing is like, if you're looking on the 5-minute, you can't really see that the 5-minute did a retest. Because in hindsight, it will just look like it went up. But if you're like part of the process, you got to see that, you know, sometimes those 5 minutes are pulled back and then shoot up. So I think in this scenario, it just needed to come down and do like a proper wick that's more visible. Come into this zone to continue moving up bullish. Because the only way you see this on the 5 is if you go down on the 1 minute. Otherwise, you can't see it. He blocked me after I said that. I told him that a fake account add me. There's a whole section in this Discord for y'all. Wait, what is this? Oh, that guy blocked you. Man, if these guys worked hard at actually learning to trade, I think they would be actually amazing traders. It's just that the focus has been put in the wrong place. Yeah, welcome Nexi. Hi, my name is Alex and living in the slums of Kentucky. Been trading demo for about 2 months nowish and very invest in learning the skill of trading as well as potentially having a brighter future. Nice. Welcome, sir. Nothing you can't achieve if you put your mind to it. That's the secret to the universe. It will get out of your way eventually. These candles are what gave me to go for buys. Oh, you see, got like a nice little pattern over here, and price broke above. Oh, it's the same move, but you took it different execution. Look at this. You see, it's the same buy, but he kind of has like a different, what do you call it? Like a different type of entry model for that buy. You see, we can all get in the same buy. Question is, how can you get in that little box of opportunity that the 5% of profitable traders are in? You know, it doesn't matter how you do it. As long as you can consistently find yourself in that area, you know, that's awesome. See, look at this. Retest entries. I told you guys, you can't make this up, man. I'm the real ICT over here. ICT can't show you this. Let's face it, ICT can't show you this. He wouldn't show you in real time, explain it to you so many times like this, and show you like previous trades that he's taken with signals been called out and with, you know, the MT5. Like, he's not going to be able to do that. Because, man, I think this channel is underrated. Highly underrated. But it's okay. I know with consistency, the universe will too get out of my way when it comes to YouTube. And life is all a game of proving yourself. You know, you just got to keep proving yourself. Even when you think you deserve something more than you're getting, life will just have to test you. You know, everyone's journey is different. Some people, they get tested more because their calling is higher. You know, so you have to also look at that and say to yourself, like, if I'm still not a profitable trader, maybe my calling is much greater. So I have to start looking at all these challenges as opportunities. But you can't play the victim, you know. I got to Amsterdam tomorrow. He's hosting a dinner. Heavily playing around here, man. Look at this manipulation that's going on right now. Some serious psychology work. Holy, something is about to cook right now in gold. It looks like it's about to cook some big move. But not necessarily a good move. This is like a very volatile move. Something's happening here. Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a candlestick just fly in either direction. Look, it's pushing. I think the shark woke up. The shark woke up. He was like, damn, that was too easy. It's getting aggressive here. See, we're trying to avoid the shark. This is the thing we're trying to avoid. Try to avoid those situations where the market acts a bit like bit aggressive. But so far today it's been quite decent. We only had that happen like down here, a bit of like a low volume, and then price distributed beautifully, and then yeah, this is all fine, and then we're having something similar happen here now. As the wicks are building, usually the wicks give it away. The wicks and how the candlesticks operate, like the way the candlesticks fluctuate like that. But you see, this stuff you can't see when you're backtesting. It's it can be quite difficult to get a true feeling of certain things like that happening. Retested those entries twice. Hit take profit twice too. Just hit it now for the second time there. 1, 2. Oh no, third time. 1, 2, 3. Are you in a trade? How do we know when you're in a trade? Hey, Adrian, welcome. You're gonna know when I'm in a trade. If you're at the point right now to be asking me a question of how you're gonna know when I'm in a trade, then you should be at a point to know when I'm gonna be in a trade. Because you know, I think it's gonna be quite obvious. Because I think retail traders, I would go as far as to say 90% of us do our analysis on TradingView. So we kind of already know how it looks like when we're taking positions. And also we got the terminal over here. So you see, like when I'm in a trade, you're also gonna see right here. What are you looking for? I'm looking for sells currently. Well, if you're looking for sells, then you might as well be looking for whips, because your price is moving up still. There's no reason that you're gonna sell price yet. You still have a better chance at being on team buys, but up to you, depending on like how your entry confirmations look. I'm still thinking like a buy is still a good signal because we're up like 0.50%. The daily is more predominantly bullish than it is bearish. Look like from the London, look at what London session did. London opened over here and then just kept moving up. And we're still in this bullish momentum. Remember, the market can move way longer up than you think it can. So when you take your trades, just something to consider. Treasure, watch the price touch 37.53. 37.53. It's consolidating. It's doing a reversal signal. We could see 37.53. Because if you're looking at price breaking above here and now it's starting to consolidate, this could be a reversal signal that price can come down again. So one thing that I think is important is always to have, you know, two biases. Always be flexible, you know, just because each moment is unique in the market. You see as price coming down, it's kind of shifting the probabilities a bit more. So always be able to have, like, you know, two biases, that you don't end up marrying an idea too much. Because if that's the case, then you see like yesterday, instead of taking this sell, I would have taken a buy. And if I would have taken a buy, I would have lost all the trades for that session, because that session was just moving down. Like, your dedication of teaching the charts is off the charts. Thank you, Momar. I said, question: is it still possible to take in the Asia low before it'll move bullish? No, I don't think so. It's like, that's speculating. You're speculating. If you think price can come and dump from here to here, that's 250 pips. That's a huge speculation. You know, at that point, you might as well just take a sell if you think you could come here. So I don't think it can come all the way down there. Like, it's too far off. You know, I don't even know. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do until the market actually prints those candles. The only thing is, like, when we speculate on the higher time frame, the only way we speculate is with the macro fundamentals. Because without the macro fundamentals, we don't have direction. So I don't see a reason why price should come all the way down there, considering gold is overall bullish. So you see, now you gotta wait. Now you gotta wait. You gotta wait for that 6 a.m. candle. That 6 a.m. candlestick opens up. Then you gotta have another probability of taking a trade. But until then, I don't know whether that trade is gonna be a buy or a sell. It will only be more clear to me when we print into that 6 a.m. candle and then start forming the structure that we need, the confluences that we need, the clean ranges. Then we can take a position. Good structure in the 1 minute longs for longs. Yeah, it's creating very good structure. You know, if it breaks above like 37.57, could see a bullish continuation from there, because majority of the time the market's consolidating, right? Like, they're less of the time, but majority of the time it's consolidating. Man, look at this. It could just break those highs and then skyrocket up bullish. Here it comes. See, it's like, got another small distribution here, but majority of the time I would say it's moving sideways. But people trade as if majority of the time it's moving in some kind of a profit. That was crazy 1 minute, huh? It's like open no, bottom no, top wick, 16 pip push from entries on just that 1 minute. Something's cooking for sure. It's definitely at a point A right now. It's about to cook something real good. Whether that's going to be a sell or a buy. It's coming out of this zone. It's like the bus stop. Gotta cook. You know, we gotta put some salt on here. What else we got? Gotta hydrate it, get it ready. You know, people right now, they're massaging their accounts. So you gotta massage your account. Massage that account, get it ready. Whether that's gonna be a buy or a sell. Let's cook it up, Goldie. Drink up, drink up, drink up. Round 2. Get in there. Then spank it on its butt. Get in there, Goldie. Go get him. Go get him. Break above resistance. Break 37.57. I think that's what we want to see you do. What is this? I can see the last stream was 3 months ago. Here are older streams or just started streaming 3 months ago. No, I started streaming, like, we've been streaming for almost 2 years now. I just had to delete a lot of my videos. Looks like it's entered its consolidation. Yes. Yeah, it's about to have a big one now. For the sells, it would have to break below like support. But it could be a liquidity grab. But whatever happens, it's coming out of here. It does look more of a reversal entry though, to be honest. Because these players here, if they're still holding that drawdown, looks more of like a reversal of their previous entries if it breaks these lows. Quite a nasty consolidation. Breaking. Should keep moving down. See if it fakes them out. Small little break and a retest. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna take those buyers out, it seems. Let's see. Should be heading towards like 37.51. Let's see what happens. What's gonna happen? What's that? Pivot trading? Pivot trading. It still got a coffee out of it. Really volatile, huh? This candlestick literally just flipped bullish and then reflip back down. This is like end of the month PA. So be a bit cautious. So far it's tradable. It's not bad. But definitely be a bit cautious if it starts to chop up a lot. I don't want to be rude here, but it gets fishy if someone deletes older videos. Oh, I'm just a new guy watching you. No, it's not out of choice. It's like YouTube made me delete those videos. That they had like an algorithm change, and the algo was picking up my video as harmful. It kept saying harmful, 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 harmful. So it's like, hey, instead of risking like some strikes on my channel, let me just remove everything. Because, you know, technology is not perfect. And I understand, like, when these companies make these changes, it affects other things. And then it makes other things start not functioning. It's not only my channel, like a bunch of other trading channels, pretty big channels as well. Talking about like 500,000 subscribers, some with 1 million subscribers. They all got affected, you know, and it removed a bunch of these people for some reason. I don't know why that happened, but that's what happened. And now we're good. Now the channel is protected again. I think it happened to, what is that other streamer? The guy who wears a mask. I don't even think he streams anymore. What was his name? Callisto. Let's see his lives. You see, he's still doing it, which I don't understand why. He's still having that same issue. You see, he can't even keep his lives on. Because like if he keeps his lives on, I think he's getting like some kind of a problem there. And he's got 161k subscribers. So yes, hope that answers your question now. You see, this one is streamed for the stream for today actually. That's a New York Open. Callisto FX. Callisto does pretty aggressive advertising. Yep. What do you think of Trump's speech at UN? Not sure. I didn't watch it. Yeah, it's coming down. It's definitely coming down to take out these definitely coming down to take these buyers out, it seemed. Just had a like kind of like a retest over there. Oh, there we go. Just took him out. It just took him out. I'll be in a sell if it breaks below 51 area. On the 5 minute, we still got that support. It's still got a support over there. We still need to break below that support. Yeah, that could have possibly been the last buy for now, for sure. Because as we're approaching that pre-New York time, the PA is going to change quite a bit. Yeah, we have about half an hour till pre-New York. We might see it shift. We might see it shift from buys to sells. Just broke below support. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I got a solid close below support there. Got a beautiful range. About 63 pips. But we still need this candlestick here to re-break these previous candlestick lows, so price action can continue following down. But nice call on that reversal though. Nice one if anybody managed to catch something from that move. Pushed about, you know, like 36 pips there. Basically, classic reversal play here. Candle breaks above resistance, gives a hard time for the buyers, and then rolls over. Classic. Price can't be predicted at this point in time. Anything can happen. What do you think about the whole trading gamble game? What game? Kinderstat just hit my SL. I'm crying. No worry, Kinderstat. Just get yourself some Kinder chocolate and you'll be all good. Oh, there's actually a small little shotgun there, but the range was quite small. So it's only about like 12.7 pips. Can you explain accumulation, manipulation, distribution? Yeah, simply put, it's just exactly like you said. Accumulation. Sometimes it manipulates and then it distributes. Then sometimes this is like the smoking gun that we get, where we see something like this and we see, for example, we're in a bullish trend and price action is, let's say, predominantly moving out bullish like this. Breaks into a range and you're like, okay, you know, I'm not going to take the sell because I see there's a higher probability price to move upwards, not to move downwards, right? So you avoid taking the sell, even though the entry might tell you to take a sell because you're expecting some kind of a manipulation so price can distribute to the upside. And it's the same idea for that trade that we took. The one that was the buy example that I was showing previously was the same reason that we took that buy. See this? So we're like, okay, you know, if price is already on its way up and it's breaking like some kind of a key support area, so we're expecting that to be a manipulation, that price can continue to fill the clean range on the left-hand side. That's the distribution now. So you see you have your manipulation down here, accumulation, and then distribution. That was a trade that we took on stream, and yeah, it was a pretty good trade. See this? I was thinking on holding the buyer, but the bar just went up so fast, no time to move TP. That is crazy. All these meme coins are purely all pump and dump. I don't think there's a single meme coin which is actually sustaining any kind of growth. Oh, look at this one. This one is ready for a dump. Man, look, it's already been pumped. This thing is ready for a dump very soon. Would like to see the 4-hour close below 45 area. It's quite an aggressive pullback. I think there's a lower probability that's going to happen. You got like 22 minutes here for the 4-hour candlestick to close. Then you're looking at the 40s area, like 42 over here. It still needs to push down like 90 plus pips. Create a new support here. So for further sell continuations, you'd want to see this support being broken. You need to get a candlestick break below this support, such as this, and then re-break the lows to keep pushing down. Unless you get like some kind of an accumulation that happens in here, and then it shows that it wants to continue moving down bearish. That would be the only thing. But still, you know, just be cautious. We're about to get the pre-NY candlestick. I think that pre-NY is going to give you a little bit more directional bias, because right now it is kind of hard to read the market, because it should have moved up, but then we got a fake out here, and then price moved down, closed below support, and now it's moving back up again. So probably waiting for the new hourly open before anything else, like 20 minutes. Because then this hourly candlestick just ends up consolidating to close bearish. Yeah, but if it melts, there's so much legroom there. Same time, the buys have a little bit of space until resistance, but there's not enough structure to justify this move up yet to 37.56. Then above 37.56, we have another range here, so like 25 pips. That's a pure whip. That's such a fake out. But at the same time, it could be just depending on how you look at it, it could also be a retracement because we just created a new lower low. Because usually, like sometimes when price creates new lower lows, it retraces up and then continues to make new lower lows. Retrace up and then continue to make new lower lows. So I'm saying, like with the new hourly, it's going to become a little bit more clear whether that actually just pushes upwards and we continue moving up bullish, or this is the beginning of a potential shift in PA. Because remember like how the trade was yesterday as well, we got a buy and then for pre-New York we got a sell. So this is like the yeah, this is like the smoking gun here. Like this is the thing that we really got to look at, that new lower low. But if we respect that lower low, then we can see further upside here on gold. We're still expecting like 37.80, 37.70 to get met here on the daily. 37.70 is like about 168 pips away. And also the higher time frame should have some clean range here that we haven't yet fully filled yet. You got about a 98, 99 pips. Not 899 pips. Do you consider FVG in your strategy? No. This is a no VG zone.
We don't do that here.
Don't talk to me about that rocket science. Ooh, nice bit of volume came in there. Really nice bit of volume came in. Fly, Goldie, fly. Today we just took like 2 buys. 2 buys so far in the day. So still definitely bullish. I would still definitely want to see more buys, generally speaking. See if price can keep coming up here. You get through that resistance. Where's my... Yeah, I just need to get through this resistance here. Then that we could start moving up again. Fill up some of this area on the left hand side. It's like about 26. Yeah, about like 26 pips. Bro, every Wednesday is a buy day since prices always fall at that day and get dumped the next day, or more so correction. I love Wednesdays because we get mid of the week volume, you know. Thursdays, not really expecting too much on Thursday, but Friday, we got Freaky Friday. Friday sometimes has like amazing moves. So we got Freaky Friday tomorrow. Someone just asked about consolidation, manipulation, distribution. Yeah, we already covered. We covered that already. I think you know what happens sometimes in trading? When a concept is too simple, people don't want it. And when it's too complicated, they complain that it's too complicated. You know? When it's too simple, it's like, oh man, it can't be this simple. That was the biggest lie I was ever told. That it can't be that. It's not that simple. Price can get to 3,800. That's the maybe on the weekly time frame or for Freaky Friday, yeah. For Freaky Friday, we can see at least a weekly candlestick close by like, you know, 3,800. Oh man, it's like breaking through resistance right now. Oh, there's a distribution, but I wonder where it came from. Was there anything really here? That doesn't look too nice as a little accumulation breakout play. That doesn't look too clean, but yeah, it seems like it distributed from this region here because that new lower low was a smoking gun, remember? New lower low. So we're expecting it to either be a fake out, which it seems it was now because the trend is still bullish, and the only time we're actually bearish is if we could have taken out that new low low that was formed. If that little retracement would have played out, that price could continue moving down. But instead it was like a V-shaped reversal. But definitely smoking gun right here. So I think this is more of like a different kind of like entry models, because some people kind of look for these levels which get broken like this, and then they look for trades as they start to come back in, anticipating that that's going to become a fake out. Then they could take like a buy like this. Now that range here is on the left hand side is getting filled. Let's push like 18 pips through it. See, it's directional. That's kind of what you're trying to catch. You're trying to catch the market when there's no shock in the water, and that price is moving somewhere, like when price wants to start moving somewhere. So pretty clean distribution, that is. German 40 is going off today. Amazing trading opportunities. I want to learn your concepts. Hey, welcome, Akash. Did you know Charlie Chaplin... Wait, let me see if I can bring this up. Did you know Charlie Chaplin entered into a Charlie Chaplin impressionist contest and he lost? Humans simply like humans simply like complications as it tends to drive our purpose. Charlie Chaplin entered into a Charlie Chaplin impressionist contest and he lost? Wow, that's like some kind of interesting social experiment actually. Humans simply like, that's very trippy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The way people perceive things. Maybe he wanted to see the way people perceive him. Because, you know, we always have like some kind of like animated impression of things, and we want it to be, I guess it's like expectations or something. We have some kind of expectations. He came 20th. Insane. Could I explain price action now? Yeah, it's just moving up. It's moving up. It's filled up the range. It's trying to break above this resistance. You know, if holy, it's trying to break through resistance because we got like clean traffic here. So, you know, it takes time. Even though the market is, let's say if the market was planning on moving up, let's say right over here, right? These higher time frames, they still take time to play. So if you're looking from a 1 hour perspective, you know, it doesn't look too bad. We just had a small liquidity grab over here. But it's still taking time because the hourly candle can be here the whole time. It can be negative, like bearish, and then only start moving up in the last 10 minutes. You know, so it's always good to also keep in mind what the HDF candles are doing. Because if you're too focused on the lower time frames, sometimes it's easy to get kind of like mixed up in terms of direction. You know, so that's how people get caught usually in, like, let's say if they take a sell here, that's how people usually get caught in situation like this. Because they kind of get confused that higher time frame is still setting up from the previous move to continue moving up bullish. So that's why I said you're going to have like a little bit more structure below here for price to actually start moving down. So yeah, right now it just had a small little distribution. Not the easiest trade to catch, by the way, because it didn't have a lot of structure like what we had over here. We had a little bit more structure to catch this, but this was a lot more trickier. Price came up and it filled up the range here, like 26 pip range that got filled. And now it's still looking to continue head on up bullish. You know, we're up right now 0.65%. So, oh, nice. We even got a kiss of death on the 15-minute of that 8 SMA. 30-minute SMA, kiss of death as well. See that right below the candlestick right there. Price shot up. Nice little bit of confluence. And for our trade, let's see, do we have SMAs? I was not even looking at the SMAs. No, we didn't really have on the 1 minute. We didn't have SMA confluence on our trade. But it still played out beautifully because price action is king at the end of the day. But I hope you all enjoyed this stream, and I will see you tomorrow for a Freaky Friday. Take care, everybody. Don't over risk, don't overtrade. See ya later.